Hello, my name is M.W.Burnette. I am a home studio recording artist, producer, and songwriter, and this is my video diary. So I've been talking lately about kind of where I am and how I got here, how I got motivated to start making music again after having a several years long drought, and coming to realize that this is something that I need to do just because it's part of who I am, and if I'm not doing it, I'm just not going to be healthy. I don't want to get to the end of my life and look back and think, you know, I really could have spent that time doing this and not wasting that time. I don't want to get there and regret not having tried. And and something I said in the last episode is that you can't guarantee success, but you can guarantee failure. So whatever happens with this may not go any farther than what I've accomplished so far, but if it is going to, I have to take the steps and perform those actions that will move this thing forward. Whether it does or not, I have to take those steps because it might. And so that's kind of where I am now. Like I was saying, at this point, the numbers that you might measure success by, for me, aren't really impressive. Like I said, I've got like 3 Spotify followers and maybe 3 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I don't have a viral video. None of them have even got up to like 100 views or anything yet. So nothing much to show for all of this. But over the past couple of years, while I've been working on this thing, I have developed a strong tool set. I've built a big infrastructure. I've laid a foundation for something bigger here. So what I've learned in the past couple of years is, one, is I now have the capability that I can make radio-ready quality music. I've learned to do that the production end of this process, and I can get that kind of quality now. And that's no small thing. I've also spent a lot of time learning how to do digital marketing and building up a business infrastructure so that what I've been working on is kind of keeping things small, but putting all of the pieces in place, and just to make sure that everything works, so that once I figure out that it does work, then I can scale it up. And so what I have now is I have a functioning digital marketing system. And I'll tell you a little bit about what that involves. I'm reading some notes here, because this is all about being honest. Like I said in the first episode, I'm coming clean. But so anyway, my marketing system is based on kind of 2 general objectives. One is to eliminate people from it that don't care, and 2, to build relationships with the ones that do. So tell you kind of what's involved in that system is the advertising end of it. If you're watching this, there's a chance that the way that you found out about me in the first place is that you saw one of my videos on Facebook, and I run ads to those videos. That's part of the training that I've taken was about different kinds of videos and different techniques that you can use that to make a video that performs well on Facebook. And part of it is to make a video that does not look like an advertisement. So, like this video I'm making right now might actually, it might be the sort of video that would really rock and roll on Facebook. I don't know. But, so what I figured out running those video ads is that it cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20 to 30 cents to show my video to enough people that one of those people will watch 75% of it. That ratio comes out to something like 1 to 2 people. For every 1,000 people where my ad pops up in their news feed, something like 1 or 2 of them will watch to 75% of that video. And that sounds like terrible ratios, but it's not really. That's a pretty decent kind kind of ratio there. To put this in perspective, there are 300 million people in the United States. If you were to sell a record to 1 out of every 100 of them, out of 100 people who hears your music, they buy a record, you've got a triple platinum album. If you get 1 out of 1,000, I'm not sure if I'm doing my math right there. If you get 1 out of 1,000 people, it's not that hard of arithmetic, but I'm staring at a camera, so my mind's not going to work quite the way it usually does. That would be, okay, out of 300 million, 1 out of 1,000 would be 300,000, I believe. Knocking off 3 zeros right there. So 300,000. So you're almost to a gold record if you sell a record to 1 out of every 1,000 people in the United States. So at that, if I were to if my ratio just held true across the board, I'm on my way to a gold album. But anyway, so the next thing to do is, once people kind of hear of me through that ad campaign, the next thing to do is to follow up with them and to let them know a little bit more about me. And that's why I'm doing this thing, is so that you can learn a little bit more about who I am and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. And the reason for that is, this seems really backwards to me, but all of the marketing training that I've done tells me that this is the case, is that people don't care about your music until they know why you're making it. And that's backwards from the way that I've always approached music. I've never cared anything at all about the musicians making the music until I've decided I like it. But I guess that I'm just backwards that way. So that's why I'm doing this. So I'm making these little videos here, telling you where I am, where I've come from, and where I'm going, because, like I said, I believe that what I'm doing has value, that other people could benefit from hearing the stuff that I'm doing, that they would enjoy it. And you might be one of those people if I can convince you that it's worth 4 minutes of your time to listen to one of my songs. But anyway, and you may have, and like I said, having just described to you how hard it is to get anyone to pay any attention to what you're doing at all, the fact that you're here listening to this at all is, and like I said before about my niece, it just took one person. It just took the idea that one person might care what I'm doing to motivate me to keep doing it. And so if you're here listening to this, you're the only person that I need. If you tell me this matters, that's enough to keep me going. And so just wanted to say that I appreciate you being here and listening to what I've got to say. And I hope that you listen to my music, but if not, I can understand why. You got a lot of other people demanding, asking for a piece of your time there, but you've spent a little bit of time listening to me. So anyway, thanks again for that. I think I've got enough to talk about to do maybe one more of these little video entry in this series. So I'm going to hit stop on the camera again, and I'm going to jump ahead into the future for you. So I'll see you next time. Thanks.